candid camera. You know it's a job, sir. You know you could just get a different job. It's a choice. It's literally a choice. You chose.
These people kind of make me sick. Like, not the ones that are cleaning it up, but the ones that are like screaming at them, smile, you're on candid camera. This is from Portland, Oregon yesterday. This is city officials coming in. They actually had to hire a crime cleanup crew. That's not a joke. If you go look up rapid response, you could probably see it like on the side of their truck if I back this up. Rapid response, man, they do crime scene cleanup. Like, not a joke. You can see it all written like right over here. And the reason, and it literally says encampment cleanup as well on the side of their trucks, which is wild to me that there's actually a company in Oregon that specializes in cleaning up homeless encampments. But I digress. That can't be cheap for the city. And it didn't last very long either. And there's something else that took place yesterday that I brought up on last night's show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sick and tired of corrupt officials around this country. Today, I'm going to go over and I'm going to show you guys a couple of them. I'm going to show you how these leftists are literally pushing America to its breaking point. You have people that are abusing, in my position, their official positions, abusing their official positions and going after ICE and breaking the law. Additionally, it looks like we might actually have information that Portland PD money was taken from Portland PD and funneled into the protesters. The Antifa protesters. You heard that right. Tristan Allen says, good morning, Matt. The camp is all set back up and it has been found out the storage unit is getting a decent payment from Antifa. Yeah, no kidding they are. You want to see what the storage unit looks like? Here, let's talk about that storage unit. Here's the storage unit. Or excuse me, not the storage unit. Here's the encampment last night.
If I would have just gone past, I wouldn't have said anything, but when my attention gets called some, then I'll say, hey, here's what else we can do.
Trauma's a motherfucker, man.
You're such a victim.
It's because our shit keeps getting swept. Our medical gear keeps getting swept. Illegally.
By me? By who? Oh, was I out here all day or no?
Well, have you seen? Act like you know what you're talking about. Then
that's why I just asked who did it. I don't know. Why are you asking who did it?
I was enforced by PPD.
Oh, this guy over here, right there on the bike. That's her mother, and she's very, very, very upset. Please come over here.
How in the world is that not more pressing?
Then
shocker that you don't give a fuck about pedophiles because there's so many of you.
Okay, so give me a second. Well, look.
So let's start here. Let's start with this is less than 12 hours after that encampment got cleaned up. Antifa was allowed to take all of their crap, move it off the sidewalk, and shove it over on that storage unit's property and have it all set up and over and off the side. And then that evening, there's a reason all of that got cleaned up because it's not supposed to be there. That's why the city is allowed to do that, to come in and clean it out. And apparently they just let them take all of their crap and move it off to the side just to bring back in and move it over. Dude, Antifa had trash bags after trash bags after trash bags set up. Essentially what the city did was took out Antifa's trash and then allowed them to set camp back up. They essentially got a home cleaning service. That's what happened. Like, you know, like people hire maids that come into their houses, stuff like that. That's what happened. Antifa moved all their crap to the side. All their trash got thrown out. And then they set everything right back up. And they're back on the streets. Listen to the conversation here. And ask yourself, who's in charge? Is it Antifa or is it the Portland Police Bureau?
I wanted to be done with this, but all I'm getting is just flash. So you know what? Now I think we have to do something because I just wanted to go about
here to keep people safe because there's a child predator.
I know we're going to go over there in a minute. I can deal with
Yeah.
one thing at a time.
I'm sorry, but if you're gonna wait right here, there's literally a mother crying about a man assaulting her child. Would you like this?
What are we waiting on? Do you not hear me on the microphone? What are we waiting on?
Again, who's in charge? Who's in charge? Why does it appear the way that it does? Why does it appear as if Portland took out the trash for Antifa, literally cleaned house on the street for them, literally cleaned up their encampment and then went back over? You know, last night I ended up bringing up this. I'm going to put this document up here. Katie Davis Court ended up sharing this, and I read it over on last night's podcast, and it's amazing, all right, that apartment complex across the street, that video that I just showed, that one that's right across the street from there, Reach is actually setting up a brand new operation center for them. Well, excuse me, not for Antifa, allegedly, just for the illegals that are going in and getting processed, or maybe people that are getting their paperwork done, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They rented out an entire like office section inside of that apartment complex right across the street. All right. And here's where it's at. Gray's Landing, the apartment complex, the ICE facility, they're setting up on the bottom floor, right here. That Antifa encampment right over here on the other side of their head. I've got this wild suspicion. Where did that go? What did I do with it? Why am I lost? I got this wild suspicion, before we get into all that. Here we go. I got this wild suspicion that this Gray's Landing place is going to be the new home base for Antifa. Now, I told you guys that we've got some information about $15 million or so, it looks like, that has been misappropriated from the city of Portland going into different nonprofit organizations or activist organizations. And the deeper I looked, the more I found. It looked like it was going 15 million into these other places. It was taken from the Portland Police Bureau and then shoved over there. And it looks like it happened year over year over year. And it looks like it ended up getting funneled through several different nonprofit organizations, which eventually made their way back down to Antifa. So city funding making its way over there. But again, I have to confirm all of that. That's not official yet, but that's certainly what it looks like. It's certainly the way the policing looks like. And that's, I mean, it just seems like they're in charge down there. And I'm kind of sick and I'm kind of over it, to be honest with you. And we're going to dig into that. I'm going to have a deep, deep story for you guys as soon as I'm done with that. Now, this was a scene over inside of New York yesterday. When I'm saying elected officials around the country are causing these dang problems, I mean it. Over in Portland, it's pretty clear that the elected officials are the reason that city is in mass chaos. Over inside of New York, it's the same thing. This is a scene yesterday after New York went in and cleared out an illegal market that was operating on the street, which was very violent. And they're trying to pretend like it wasn't violent at all. You're about to see it here in just a sec. But here is the aftermath.
Stay back! Stay back! Hey! Stay back! That's excessive. You know that's excessive. I don't expect that. Chill out. That's way too excessive. Why are you They're not impeding anything. Move back! Move back!
Nobody wants to run.
Yep. So here you have the ICE officials, the Customs Immigration, moving through Chinatown, where there is that huge illegal operation yesterday. It set off protests outside the ICE facility. New York police were all over that place. Look at this crap. New York police were like all over that place last night trying to deal with all of these people. They couldn't stop it. All these people continued to come out. It was just a nightmare for New York Police Department, for the ICE officials. They rallied outside of the ICE facility and they tried to keep everybody out. They tried to keep the ICE officials in. They wouldn't let people like get taken off. It was just a huge nightmare. And what's even worse is you even have like the local officials now that are coming out and making different statements. All right. So here we have the governor, Katie Hochul. I can't even pronounce her name right. All right. Governor of New York State. She says, real Donald Trump claims he's targeting worst of the worst. Today, his agents used batons and pepper spray on street vendors and bystanders on Canal Street. You don't make New York safer by attacking New Yorkers. That is the governor of New York. The governor of New York. That's what she's claiming. Let's hear what this gentleman's claiming. He's Representative Dan Goldman. He's a congressman for New York's 10th district. Let's hear what he's got to say about the situation, shall we?
I sent a letter last week to NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch to warn her about what is likely coming to New York City, because we've seen it around the country.
Amid increased immigration enforcement by the Trump administration, some local elected officials are asking the NYPD to arrest or even charge federal agents who they say are detaining people illegally.
A couple of weeks ago, a woman named Monica came to my office, fled to my office across the street with her 2 young children after she was assaulted by an ICE officer in this building.
Like this case from a few weeks ago when a woman was seen on camera being shoved to the ground at 26 Federal Plaza.
She hit the back of her head. She had a huge bump on her head. She had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, you know what else she was doing? Interfering with police operations. That's what she was doing.
The Department of Homeland Security initially suspended the agent with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, but later reinstated him. Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman says the ICE agents acted illegally. In a letter, Goldman asked Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch to arrest and even charge federal agents who break New York's laws, saying, quote, I write to request that the New York City Police Department be prepared to strictly enforce state and local laws in order to hold federal agents accountable for any unlawful actions they engage in, including...
Okay. All right. So not only do we have New York officials saying that all of these New Yorkers are peaceful and the cops are coming in with batons and pepper spray and everything else, but then we've got congressmen that are stating that everybody needs to get arrested. So what does the law actually state? Just out of sheer curiosity, don't take my word for it. Take it from this attorney. And by the way, this attorney, he's not even on our side. All right. If you want the law to be enforced and you want illegals to get deported out of the country, stuff like that, that's not this guy. All right. This guy is the one that defends those people. Pretty sure. Anyways, let's hear what he has to say about whether or not ICE officials are allowed to enforce the law over there.
ICE arrests people without a warrant. And if so, if they're not wearing a uniform, a badge, or an ID, how are people supposed to trust them? ICE can arrest individuals without a warrant within a 100-mile zone around the entire United States. This includes 70% of the U.S. population. So if you're in New York City, an ICE officer walks up to you on the street and says, show me your papers. Entirely legal for them to do that.
Oh, so it is legal. It's perfectly legal for an ICE agent to walk up to anybody on the streets of New York and say, show me your papers. They're allowed to do that. You're within 100 miles of the border. That is what the law states. And so ICE officials going into New York yesterday, quite literally, were obeying the law and doing their job. Now, let's address whether or not those people are really polite. The ones that they actually went after. I showed you the original video of what kind of like brought that to our attention last night, which was, I don't even remember the lady's name, but she had gone out there, jumped out of her car, was like, look at all this crap. And then it ends up getting like 4 million views. And before you know it, ICE is down there. Let's show you another side of these people.
How much?
Yo, what's up? We don't do no fucking camera. Fuck the fucking camera.
Hey.
Keep fucking pushing.
Hey.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Hey. Back off.
I said, fuck you with your camera. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Who the fuck you work for? Bitch ass nigga. Who the fuck you work for? Bitch, who you work for? Fuck you, nigga. You're in public. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, you gonna get the fuck out of here.
Hey.
Back up. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You gonna get fucked up. I'm telling you, bro.
Wait, back up.
Fucked up over here.
Back up. Get
the fuck out of here. That's what y'all do, snitch ass motherfucker. Look at yourself in there.
Hey.
Take that shit somewhere else.
Hey. Why are you mad at me?
Keep it pushing.
Why are you mad at me?
Take it over there somewhere else.
I am.
Yeah, you work for the fucking who you work for?
By myself.
All right, get out of here. With
Look,
that
I just bought some
camera.
Rolex.
That's right.
I just bought a Rolex.
You with the Rolex. So
it's a fake one.
Here.
It's a fake one.
It's a fake one. Go to the fucking store and get the real one. Get the fuck out of here with your cameras. Snitch ass motherfuckers. So what the fuck is y'all here for? This is how the fuck we eat. That's how the fuck we eat. So get the fuck out of here.
I'm leaving.
So get the fuck out of here.
Where are you?
What do you guys think? Do you think they're nice people? I don't. Incock says it's hard to get rid of the rot when they continue to get reelected. Yep, 100%. Blood Wolf, member, 21 months. Matt, her name is pronounced Kathy Hochul. And speaking for the majority of the state, we despise her. Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. Jay the Stray says, good morning, Patriots, and F and Quifa. Incock thank you for your donation. I took care of it without even saying a word. And he came in gifting out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. Greatly appreciate it. Tristan Allen coming in gifting out 5. He says, good morning, Matt. With all the camps all set back up, it has been found out that the storage unit is getting decent payments from Antifa. Yep, well aware. These people over on the streets of New York, violent. What do you guys think the odds are that this is about to turn into a violent situation? And when you see this violent situation, I want you to go back to the governor's statement where she was talking about batons and pepper spray being used and ask yourself whether or not her statement was rather misleading based on the actions of these people.
Where you come from?
You get the fuck out of here. I come from your mother, bitch.
Really?
You, bitch.
No, you didn't.
Fuck out of here.
Why are you mad at us? We can be here on the street. This is public street.
Yo,
we have the First Amendment.
Here, this our block, you bitch ass nigga. Get the fuck
This is your block?
Yeah, motherfucker. Yo, somebody spend this motherfucker and take the camera away.
I can be here. I don't have anything to be worried about because I'm not doing anything illegally. You see what happens? People come in from other countries illegally. They get mad at you on the streets of the United States, then they shouldn't be doing stuff illegally. Then they shouldn't be doing stuff illegally.
That's not your fucking business what you do legally.
Hey, hey. Hey.
I will smash this bitch.
Hey.
And you won't fucking lost it.
Hey. Hey. All right, we're out. See what happens? That's the problem. Is you just can't let this go on. People need to start standing on business. These people are selling illegally on the streets of New York City. Cameraman just got punched in the face. Took one for the team. He just took one cold right there. You just can't allow this to happen in the biggest city in the United States for people to be selling drugs. They're selling marijuana illegally.
Again, this is the street that the feds busted up yesterday. And you just heard it's perfectly legal for them to go in there and do exactly what they did and clean that crime off the street. And you got to ask yourself, why is it that the governor wants to allow that crap to continue? We're going to touch on that here a little bit later on in the show when I tell you how some of these illegal operations work and how these cities are getting massive kickbacks from some of these different companies. I'm ticked off. I got asked by some dude on the street over inside like Portland, like some random freaking question. When I had said, this is America now. This is what happens. And he goes, what? And I said, this is what happens when the actual men of this country spent 20 years in a global war on terror, putting all of our focus over there, keeping this dang country safe. And that is what they did with it. This crap, pissed off illegals running our street, people that are not U.S. citizens that say this is our street and that they can run it and they can do whatever the hell they want with it. I'm over it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm over it. Maybe I will come to New York. I'm sick of this crap. Completely and totally sick of it. This is absolutely despicable. This is what happened. We left our country in the hands of all of these libtards who took it and destroyed it, while the people with the actual balls to do something were defending their right to destroy this country, and we're tired of it and we're done with it. I'm over it. And I think you guys should be as well. The amount of entitlement of people in this country that think they know the law, that think they're allowed to interfere, that get up in the middle of law enforcement, that actually interfere with their operations. You're about to see elected officials doing it here in just a minute. I'm over it. I'm over all of these people. This is what these officers are dealing with on a daily basis, is they take care of those violent criminals. Make no mistake about it, what you just witnessed was a lot of different acts of violence, of them literally controlling the streets. These federal agents go over there in order to enforce it and get rid of the violence, get rid of the violent offenders, and this is what they're faced with on a daily basis around the country. I'm just going to give you a freaking once-over of around the country.
I'm trying to get a phone case, brother. I'm trying to get a phone case.
I'm sorry, we should probably read that caption first. ICE was harassing a black street vendor, so I decided to support a small business. Number one, guarantee you that individual doesn't have a small business license. Number two, as we know, as you learned earlier in the video, within 100 miles of the border, they could walk up and say, show me your papers. They don't have to deal with anything else. They don't have to deal with these entitled New Yorkers. They don't have to deal with any of this crap. And they're putting up with it on a daily basis.
This is New York. We don't welcome nobody like this over here.
Look at you. Washed up. You old.
This is New York. It's New York. We are in New York. We are in New York. We are in New York. He's not here. This is New York.
Hey, brother, you can't touch that. Brother, what? I'm not breaking the law. Now you guys are going to I'm not trying to buy this, dude. No, I'm not interfering. I'm trying to buy a charger. You guys see me, right? I'm trying to buy a charger.
That's what we do.
I'm trying to buy a charger here. I'm trying to buy a charger. No, you're not, dumbass. You literally said on your video, ICE was harassing a black street vendor, so I decided to support a small business. That's what it says in the video. You're interfering with operations, and you admitted to it wholeheartedly, and you're just standing there giving these cops a hard time for doing their jobs to keep this country safe. And you admitted to it. Admitted to it. On video. ICE was harassing a black street vendor, so I decided to support a small business. No, the heck you were not. No. Nor is it okay. And I don't even know if the lady filming this thing is a legal U.S. citizen. There's so many illegals in that area. It's hard for me to believe that anybody that's not just passing through isn't an illegal. That video goes on for minutes. It's not even worth it for me to get in there. Listen to what Trump says about what's coming for New York.
Mr. President, a new poll shows that if Curtis Sliwa dropped out of the New York mayoral race, then Andrew Cuomo would only trail Mamdani by 4 points. Would you call Curtis Sliwa to drop out of the race so that can happen?
Well, I looked at the polls, and looks like we're going to have a communist as the mayor of New York. It'll be very interesting. But here's the good news. He's got to go through the White House. Everything goes through the White House, at least this.
I have to stop it there because I can only listen to Trump ramble for so long. He's got like another minute worth of like random Trump ramblings. But what he essentially says is he believes Mamdani is going to end up getting elected. Now, for those that don't know, Mamdani is essentially trying to defund the New York City Police Department. He doesn't like him. He wants to rip money and funding out of there. That's what he wants to do. And you have New York officials that are talking about, how do I want to say this? You have New York officials that are talking about using the police force to arrest feds that are enforcing federal law. And instead of changing legislation, instead of going into Congress and trying to change something, that idiot calls for the police department to arrest police officers that are legitimately doing their job. How well do you think that's going to go over by actual cops over there inside of New York? Do you think they're actually going to listen to that? Absolutely not. However, it wouldn't surprise me if we end up getting a couple radical cops that are in there, because that's exactly, in my opinion, what we're seeing over inside of Portland, where you have officers that are refusing to enforce the law equally across the board. Tristan Allen says it's a straight up insurrection. Tracking. Believe me, brother, I'm with you on this one. That's why I'm so ticked, and that's why I'm putting my focus and attention on this area right now, because I do believe that the safety of our country is at stake here. Gov Metch. This is why we stay upstate, Matt. Our government enables and celebrates this kind of activity. Diversity is our strength. No, it's not. The diversity that they're talking about is all of these illegals pouring on and controlling the streets. That's the diversity they're talking about. And I'm going to dig into that here in just a little bit as well. Dylan McClung, becoming a brand new true supporter. Welcome to the club, my friend. Import Dan says, Matt, it's going to get worse when Mamdani takes office. Yeah, I'm tracking. Believe me, man, if Mamdani gets in there, New York is SOL. What we are seeing in Portland is going to be tenfold in the state of New York. It's going to be tenfold in the state of New York if Mamdani ends up getting elected, if nothing is done about it. Do I have receipts to back that up? Yeah, we do. It's literally what he wants to do. Let's take a look and see what ICE is dealing with on a daily basis.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Hey, no, I need to go to work. Hey, close that door. You guys don't have the right. No. Guys, seriously. Dude, come on, man.
Agents made contact with
him. No,
talk
dude.
to him.
Chente. Hey. Dude.
They talk to him.
No, you guys can't do that. Hey, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Hey, get back.
Please, dude.
Now, these are the feds. They're generally pretty good about enforcing the law. And when this guy goes rushing up on them, they absolutely can tell him to get back. They can push his butt out of the way. They can do all sorts of stuff, but they haven't even done it. It's to the point now where our federal law enforcement officers, the ones that are actually going into these states and taking care of these freaking criminals, getting them off the streets, it's now to the point where they're allowing people to get up in their face with cameras. I am kind of over that crap too. I'm calling on the federal law enforcement officers to actually do their job within the letter of the law. If these people are rushing up on you and screaming in your face, take their dumb butts, detain them, and set them down on a curb, check their IDs, and see if they don't need to get deported as well. Why that's not being done with this guy is beyond me right now at this point, when he's clearly going up and he's clearly interfering with their investigation.
I speak English, man. I don't need you to fucking degrade me like that.
Do not impede
You
arrest.
do. You too. What the hell's wrong with you? You're brown. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not ashamed.
Why not? I speak English. I speak English, asshole.
Listen,
dude,
they made contact with him. He has no docs.
You guys should be ashamed, dude. Seriously, what the hell's wrong with you? I am, dude. How can I be relaxed when you guys are taking people? What the?
They're arresting people. They're not kidnapping him. They're not doing anything. He doesn't have the right paperwork. He's not in the system clearly. And so ICE picked him up and they're going to deport him. And all of this biased media that's out there is screaming, and it's going to end up getting these agents killed for enforcing the law. Wait, there's more.
Hey, you what? You're.
He said, don't approach the vehicle or I'm going to slam you onto the ground. It's a lawful order. You might not like it. It might offend you, but that's a lawful order. And it should only be given one time. There was a statement when I was going through the police academy, excuse me, not a statement, philosophy called ask, tell, make. They already asked him. They just told him. Let's see if they actually make him comply.
You'll what? No. You said you'll what?
What's that? Come here, candy.
Hey, take off your mask. No, you just said you'll slam me. You just said you have candy. What's wrong with you, man?
Come on over here, bro, but don't get too close.
You're telling me to come on over there, but don't get too close? You're contradicting yourself, dude.
Stay away, bro.
Dude, what you guys are doing is awful.
I need you right here.
I am relaxed, dude, but what you guys are doing is awful, dude. It's horrible.
It's a hot day, right? Are you hydrating? You should be.
Dude, you guys are disgusting, dude. You guys seem like you're proud of what you're doing as well. You guys seem like you're proud of what you're doing. You guys are terrible, dude. I'll stand right here, and if you do slam me, go ahead. I'm not, look, my hands are here. Look, my hands are right here. That's why I need to move a little bit this way. I need to go.
He doesn't need to move anyway. They told him not to approach the vehicle, and yet he's still approaching the vehicle. Why is it, for the love of God, that they just don't enforce the law? If they started doing it, you would have less issues with this. Anybody that's interfering with these investigations needs to get thrown in freaking handcuffs and needs to get drug off to jail. I am over it. These entitled piles of garbage inside of our country that are shouting at our law enforcement officers who are risking their lives to get these people off the street, that are going up and interfering with the election, clearly lying through their dang teeth. Guy apparently needed to be to his vehicle. He was walking right back. He needed to get to work. Now he's got to walk by the vehicle? I don't think so.
Right here so that I don't get ran over. I'm right here.
Back up, dude.
I'm right here.
Get out of here, bro.
You guys approached me. I was over there with my truck.
Get ran over, you dope. What's wrong with you?
Dude, take off your mask. Take off your mask. You guys are pussies that won't take off your mask.
Why, oh, why aren't they taking care of it? Dylan asks, any conclusions on the Livelsburger Cybertruck mess? Yep. And I can't tell you about it, and it's going to get buried deeper than JFK. Randy Marsh, you hear about the Chicago PD chief that called officers back from helping ICE and a U.S. citizen was shot because nobody came? Wouldn't surprise me at all. No, I haven't heard about that yet, but I heard about my situation where we dialed 911, they refused to respond, and I got assaulted because of it, and so did my friend. That happened over in Portland. Let's keep going. Let's take a look. You ever seen an Antifa activist promoting a mayoral candidate?
A New York State Assembly member who our movements got into office and who is accountable to our movements. As a reminder to all these politicians that we will take them out. We will take them out when they betray us. Please join me in welcoming Zohran Mamdani, New York State Assembly member.
Hello, everyone! Who is ready to end U.S. military aid to Israel?
That's this retard. Pardon me for using that term. Mamdani. One, bro, you're the mayor to New York. How do you plan on ending U.S. aid to Israel? You don't vote on crap. That's the platform he's running on. You know what else he wants to do? He wants to defund the police department. Matt, what's your opinion on Three Eye Atlas? We're not going there right now. Let's go check and see, because somebody had brought up Chicago. Let's go see what's taking place over inside of Wheeling, Illinois. This took place 2 days ago. Again, I just want the cops to do their job. If they're interfering with your investigation, I want them to start arresting these people. You guys need to start speaking up, and you need to go to your elected officials, and you need to tell them to make ICE do their job. Arrest people interfering with these investigations.
Because they're brown. You guys are pieces of shit. You guys are pieces of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. I have rights, motherfucker. Leave them the fuck alone. Leave them the fuck alone.
We don't take orders from you, man. Back up.
Yeah, you only take fucking orders from a pedophile rapist, you piece of shit. You want your fucking bonus so fucking bad, you broke bitch? You broke bitch? Give me your Venmo, I'll fucking PayPal you some shit, you stupid bitch, you broke motherfucker. Yeah, this is our fucking community. I went to school in this community. I grew up in this community. I'm not gonna let you fucking ICE pigs terrorize us, motherfuckers. Fuck you. Man, fuck you. Or what? Or what? You're gonna fucking shoot me? I'll die for this shit. You fucking pigs, get the fuck out of here.
Now, at the point he screams, I'm going to die for this, and he's sitting there screaming at them as they're conducting the investigation, clearly voice elevated, ticked off, everything else. Arrest that man. Stop putting up with these woke morons.
You don't fuck. What the fuck you gonna do, motherfucker? This is my fucking village, motherfucker. I went to school here. You fucking pigs. Valen mierda todos. Valen mierda. Valen mierda, hijo de su perra madre. You fucking pigs. You fucking rats. Get the fuck out of our fucking town, motherfucker. I'll die for this shit. I'll die for this shit, motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker. Look at these fucking pigs. Show your face, pussy. Show your face, pussy.
Right there. Is that man is rushing up on that officer screaming, I will die for this. And he's aggressive, coming at them. 1,000% that man should be arrested.
Show your face, pussy. Show your face, pussy. Show your face, pussy. Of course you won't. You're a fucking rat, bitch.
Did he say, I'll punch you? So now he's threatening him. And again, they walk away. I'm a big fan of making sure the law gets enforced equally across the board towards these individuals. This is garbage. This should not be taking place in this country. Tristan Allen says, Tommy Boy had a group of Antifa try to intimidate him. LOL. Yeah, well, that doesn't work out so good. This video, I want to show you guys. Told you I'm going to start exposing these piles of garbage. State rep for Illinois 13, proudly repping North Side Chicago, running for Congress, Illinois 9 to fight for you. Campaign account. This is his campaign account. This individual, Han Huni, I can't even pronounce it. Han Win, excuse me. He's got it in English right next to it. Harassing, interfering with federal investigations. Let's see what he says. Today I was stopped by ICE at gunpoint. They tried to bash in our car's window while we were doing ICE patrol in the community. We must fight back against this fascist regime. That has no place in America. If you see ICE activity, please call ICIRR support at 855-435-7693. This is the same crap that ended up getting that shooting taking place over inside of Dallas. People that are tracking our law enforcement officers, showing where they're going and what they're doing that allows people to set up on them and kill them. They have apps for this stuff now, where they're following law enforcement, where they're plotting them out so illegals can avoid capture. They are 1,000%, this man right here, 1,000% is like interfering with investigations just by making this post. Where are the feds at?
I'm State Representative Han Win. I'm State Representative Han Win.
These guys are telling us to stop following.
I'm State Representative Han Win.
Your state representative status doesn't mean you get to break the law, moron. Peggy Strick. I can't even read all that. My husband is an Army vet of 24 years and utterly ashamed of what's going on in this country. And his hometown is Chicago. It's just sad. I'm with you. Here's your state reps.
Customs and Border Patrol.
I'm State Representative Han
There's 3 agents behind us. Why is my window not working?
See, what they're doing, as this guy is shouting, I'm State Representative Han Win, that vehicle in front of him, immigration enforcement. Vehicle behind them, also immigration enforcement, but he didn't know it. He's going around following these guys, causing a disturbance and stalking them and interfering with the investigation, trying to blast out their position, trying to do all of that crap. And he's a state rep. Of all people who needs arrested and made an example out of, Han Win, in my opinion, is one.
State Representative Han Win.
Somehow they're able to open my windows. These people are, there's 3 officers in front of us, 3
I'm
officers
State
behind
Representative
us.
Han Win.
He has,
I'm State Representative Han Win.
There's 3
I'm
officers
State
behind
Representative
us.
Han Win.
Okay, I'm gonna keep following this guy. This other car behind us.
They just put a gun.
Yeah, they just had a gun.
No kidding. I would approach you with a firearm as well because you're stalking federal law enforcement officers and they are being targeted. There's a $50,000 a head hit out on them from the cartels. $10,000 for information that leads to it. 50 grand hit. And you're stalking them. And you're blasting out their locations. In my opinion, he's assisting a foreign terror organization by doing what he's doing. There's so many reasons these piles of garbage need to get arrested, and it's not getting done. Keeps following him.
We're at Montrose and Kimball now, telling us to stop following them. I guess the other car behind me was following me. I didn't realize, but now we're at Montrose.
The man straight admits that they got told to stop following him. Straight admits. And they continue to violate a lawful order. Why isn't their window smashed and those commie bastards are drug out of their vehicles, put in cuffs, and thrown in a dang detention facility? Why isn't that happening? Here's ICE, Northern Chicago.
Everyone's going to be notified. Giving you your warning, okay? Get one.
A warning for what?
For impeding and alert.
I'm not
You're
impeding anything.
in our operation, ma'am.
I am not. I'm not.
We're telling you what we're
I'm
authorized
not.
to do.
I'm not
What's your
impeding
name?
anything.
What's your name?
What's your name and your badge
Right here.
number? What's your name? What's your
We're giving
name?
your warning, ma'am.
They're just going to give her a warning. They've had enough warnings. The reason people are doing this is because they're getting off with warnings. There is so much information out there right now. These people know what they're doing is wrong. I watched a video yesterday of a lady that like straight up was just jamming on the gas pedal, hauling butt up to these freaking ICE officers, and then they end up getting freaking smashed. By the way, did I say we were going to expose people? Yeah. Jesus freaking Congress. ICE is on the north side of Chicago in Albany Park trying to warn an alderperson for blowing a whistle to alert her constituents that ICE was in the neighborhood. It's not just your state reps. It's not just the mayors. It's not just the congressmen. It's all the way down to the aldermen that are interfering with ICE operations. Absolutely disgusting. Running for U.S. Congress in 2027. Just FYI. This is the trash that people are voting for nowadays. This is what people think passes. This is what people think is okay. And it's all because ICE isn't doing their job. It's all because laws are not being equally enforced across the country. And me personally, I'm kind of sick and tired of it. Now, why is it that this stuff is happening? This is a really good thread that I'm about to go over with you guys. Can't even pronounce this guy's name. Sagnik Basu. Did a really good job on this. If you live in New York City or any big city, your food is probably delivered by an illegal immigrant. Here's how the system works. They rent mopeds for $400 a week, fake app logins for $150, and spend 12 hours a day paying off smugglers back home who help them cross the border. Most people know this, but don't say anything. New Yorkers see them speeding through red lights, clustering outside of restaurants, waiting for orders. Calling this out feels like punching down. They work so hard, you can have your pad thai at midnight. But the real problem isn't them, it's the system. A black market of brokers, tech companies, and politicians who profit from their desperation. Now, Mamdani wants to pour another $100 million of taxpayer money into free lawyers for undocumented migrants and city-wide ICE blockade. Sounds compassionate, and it isn't. It keeps the exploitation going, formalized, tax-funded, and dressed up as virtue. And when people say abolish ICE to protect them, that's not compassion either. It's complicity. Keeps them trapped, not free. He ends up showing a bunch of these different images of the illegals that are over there doing that. And he's absolutely correct. And I'm going to take it a step further and tell you something else. A lot of these cities end up making money via taxes from these apps. And so the more illegals that they have that are out there on the streets that are delivering food to your door so you can get your $8 burrito or whatever it is you're trying to get delivered to your home by these guys, cities profiting off of that. They're literally profiting off of these different operations like Grubhub and Uber Eats and all of that crap. They're collecting taxes. From all of those sales, all of those things, they're collecting taxes. And the cities are okay with keeping this flow of people going, knowing dang good and well exactly what that man said is true. They have to pay off the cartels that are smuggling them across the border. They hold on to their paperwork. They don't give it to them. And they have to pay it off. And if they don't pay it off, then they wind up dead or their family members wind up dead. And for some reason, these city officials, these congressmen, all of these people that claim to actually care about these illegals allow it to happen. They're enforcing it. They want it to happen so that their cities can continue to collect money. It is a systematic issue. Their pockets are being lined, the cities are getting money, and the citizens are suffering, and the illegals are suffering from this. They're all suffering. The only people that are making out in this is the politicians. The illegals are not making out good here because they don't even know what the heck they got themselves into. You should go find some interviews and listen to interviews of people that actually got trafficked into this country and what they go through. Yesterday, I talked about like if you've been to like an Asian massage parlor and you were involved in prostitution, you're supporting human trafficking. Now today, I'm telling you that if you're in one of these states and you see crap like this, there's a good possibility that that's exactly what you're supporting, human trafficking. And your cities and your states are profiting off of it. This is so much deeper than people realize. And all these crooked officials want this to continue on. You can see in the chat all of the New Yorkers that are like, we freaking hate our governor. We hate everybody. We hate the mayor. We hate this crap. Human trafficking is what you're supporting. Now, I'm not saying that Uber Eats, I'm not saying that all of that crap at large means to do that. They're just getting fooled within the system because people are using those different app logins and things like that in order to make that happen. They have, in my opinion, an obligation to figure out whether those things are being done and have better safeguards in place to make sure those things are being done, to make sure that we do not have illegals that are doing this. And you watch. Once all of this crap is actually addressed, how quick things like Uber Eats, Grubhub, all of them end up skyrocketing in prices because you no longer have people from other countries that are coming in and making like, it's not even a profit, trying to get their paperwork. By the way, if you didn't know, the cartels then take that paperwork and they just upload it on a Google Drive for you to print off so you can pretend. And so it's not even good paperwork. It's really not. It's garbage paperwork. Not even kidding. Man wrote an entire article on it. I ought to go over and I ought to read it and I ought to share it and I ought to do something like wide on it. That's what I ought to do. I got another thread I want you guys to listen to. This one is from 1 year ago and it comes out of California. This guy is Steve Martin Pinto. Doesn't exactly have a lot of followers. An Afghan veteran, Marine Corps officer, firefighter. He was running for office back then. Says, today I went down to the Pomeri Center to check out the RV situation for myself and to talk to the residents. I walked away with more questions than I came with. What I found was much of what I suspected was accurate, but there were a few surprises as well. Now, yesterday I ended up showing you an RV, like a homeless encampment RV over inside of Portland, where the young lady was pissed off at the city because they're going over and they're giving users, right, drug addicts, the tools that they need in order to keep up with their addictions. It's not just clean needles. They're giving them pipes. They're giving them tinfoil. They're giving them lighters. Everything that they need to keep up with their addictions to make it worse. Let's go listen to this video.
Hello, Steve Martin Pinto here, District 7 Supervisor candidate. I'm down here at Zoo Road by the Pomeroy Center talking to some of the residents of the RVs, trying to find out what's going on down here. I talked to one of them so far, and it's a little bit not what I expected. Talked to two gentlemen from Brazil who are here. Their intention is to be here for 2 years. They're working for Uber Eats and DoorDash. I asked them if they have any documentation, any ID. They said they only have their passport. This raises a lot of questions. How is DoorDash and Uber Eats hiring their employees? What kind of paperwork are they requiring to work for them? It's very interesting, and I'm hoping to find out more.
So I wish this man took more videos when he was down there doing it, but instead he ended up just posting a bunch of information. He said, I talked to two gentlemen from Brazil. I spoke to them in Spanish. I don't know Portuguese, but I was able to understand their story well enough. I asked them why they came here, and they said for work. I asked them what their job was, and they said they worked for DoorDash. I asked them about their documentation ID. They only had passports and nothing else. That raised a question. How do they have a driver's license? How are they working for these companies? I asked them how they're getting paid. They said by check. Where do they cash it? At Wells Fargo. How are they able to open an account if they are here illegally? I asked them where they got their RV from. They said they bought it on Facebook Marketplace. I asked them about their intentions, and they said they intended to stay for 2 years and then go back to Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pandemic here inside of this country, and it is being grossly ignored by city officials, by government representatives, by congressmen and congresswomen, by senators, by mayors, all of them. They don't care. They are all contributing to this issue. All of them are contributing to the issue. If you didn't know, most of the time you open up a bank account, you got to have a social security number in order to have a direct deposit into your account. So these guys are getting checks sent to them. They're taking them over and they're just getting them cashed based on their passport, whatever else it is that they're using. States like California are making this a heck of a lot easier, looking at making sure that everybody can get a driver's license. Over inside, what's this state from, what is it, Mike Waltz? Stolen Valor freaking dude that was running with Kamala Harris. Yeah, he's trying to pass similar legislation so that everybody can have a driver's license. Doesn't matter if they're legal or illegal. You can go, you can get your state ID, you can get your driver's license. That way, when voter ID laws are passed, they can try to claim that they're legal citizens. Problem is, they're not. And that also allows them to continue on doing work like we had just shown. It's human trafficking. It is taking part in the larger human trafficking network that keeps this flowing into our country, and people are ignoring it on a daily basis. It drives me insane to know that this crap is actually taking place. I can't believe it. The more I dig, the more crap I uncover. Tim Waltz, excuse me, not Mike. Tim Waltz, thank you. The more I dig, the more crap I uncover about how crooked some of these people are. CA8 says, off topic real quick. Did you see JD's video interview with former Antifa guy? He exposes a lot of stuff. No, I'm going to go watch it. Kenny Kressler, jumping up, becoming an ultimate true supporter. Good to have you, man. True Darkness, member of 13 months, is just follow the money. Oh, believe me, we're going to. 502 Outlaw, time to crack down on abuse of ICE. Agree with that situation. Muller Mountains, the lawlessness to end. Bring charges for dereliction of duty. I agree with that statement. A lot of people need dereliction of duty charges. Thelma, becoming a brand new true supporter. Good to have you in the club. It's all my fault. Says, hey, Matt, sorry if you've mentioned it already. I have been sick and missed some lives. Have you heard what's going on with the GHF since the deal? Yeah, I have. I actually have an official statement from the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Got this on Monday. Give me 1 second. I will open it up for you. Got this straight from Chapin Fay. This is what he says about the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation over in Gaza. He said, GHF was asked to pause operations during the hostage release phase, which is still ongoing. While the situation remains fluid on the ground, GHF has been instructed to remain ready to re-engage and specifically not to take any actions that would preclude us from resuming operations immediately. GHF has trucks of aid loaded up and ready to resume delivery aid directly to the Palestinian people, including women and children and elderly. That's the official statement that they got. So all of the aid over inside of Gaza has been shut off. Like basically nothing's going in or out of Gaza to the best of my knowledge right now. And GHF is kind of on standby. I do know that they had funding throughout the end of the year. We're about to launch our campaign to start getting them some stuff. That's actually something that I have to get on today. Been working on a lot of other things on the backside, keeping things going. Is Maya in the chat? Nice. Maya. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a problem in America. If you don't think it's a problem, I don't know what to tell you. What I'm about to show you is an isolated incident. However, this is taking place on a daily basis across this country. On a daily basis across this country. Man walking around in a giant inflatable ends up getting assaulted for having an American flag.
Yo, really? You're gonna attack somebody in a fucking costume? Get the fuck off. Get the fuck off. You fucking son. Get the fuck off. You.
It's America. This is what our country has turned into. On a daily basis, for your freedom of speech, you're not doing anything, you're not harming anyone, you're walking around in an inflatable costume. And why do people think that's okay? Because they've got government representatives going around calling people Nazis. People like Hillary Clinton, people like Kamala Harris, alleging that everybody that supports Trump is a Nazi, that he's a rapist, that he's a child sex offender, that he's all of these things. That's what causes this. That's what causes what you see currently up on your screen. And this violence is taking place on a daily basis across America because of this madness, this sickness that is taking place because of false information. We can go back and we can look again. You guys don't believe me about the government officials. Governor of New York, targeting the worst of the worst. Today's agents use batons and pepper spray on the street vendors and random bystanders. That's what the governor of New York claims. It is so disturbing to me. It is so appalling to me that people actually think that's what's taking place in this country. It drives me nuts. I can't stand it for the life of me. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining me for another episode of the Speak the Truth podcast. Daily devotionals are coming back pretty soon. Just waiting on a couple things. Peace, love, happiness, and God bless. I'm out of here.
ICE arrests people without a warrant. And if so, if they're not wearing a uniform, a badge, or an ID, how are people supposed to trust them? ICE can arrest individuals without a warrant within a 100-mile zone around the entire United States. This includes 70% of the U.S. population. So if you're in New York City, an ICE officer walks up to you on the street and says, show me your papers. Entirely legal for them to do that. They also don't need a warrant to arrest someone who they can positively identify as being in violation of U.S. immigration law. Now, they do need a warrant to enter a home unless they're in active pursuit of an individual. Now, you're seeing today a lot of videos of ICE officers out there with no ID or ID that misstates who they are, the police. ICE is not the police, or refusing to identify themselves as they arrest individuals. But until you have an administration that enforces requirements that they wear uniforms and identify themselves, you will see this continue. In parts of the United States where that is outside the 100-mile zone, what ICE can do is they can surveil locations, for example, an apartment complex mostly populated by immigrants. ICE walks around on their phones with an app with the photos of anyone who's ever given their photo to many DMVs, past